No, it's not.
Yeah.
Nah, but I can see, like, in a cubicle kind of setting, 9 to 5 office hours, there's a growing debate about the intimate details workers are sharing about their personal lives. Nowadays, many workers don't believe their personal life ceases once they walk through the office door. Remote work and social media has only blurred the lines further. That's why I block some people on my social media.
Oh my
like, you don't need to know what I'm doing. According to Business Insider, oversharing is also on the rise, with Gen Z as the generation most open to sharing things like family trauma, medical problems, and their love lives.
Well, yeah, you got to keep it fun.
Trauma?
No.
Some argue knowing
No.
more about your coworkers can make the workplace more inviting, but others say there's a difference between being authentic and being unfiltered, and I have a bone to pick with one of our coworkers.
Oh, well, come on.
Paul Deanna didn't let us know it was his birthday yesterday, so definitely not an oversharer there.
If we are the oversharers, Paul is on the opposite end. He is here to give us that forecast and go home to his family. And you know what? I respect it, Paul.
I hope he had a happy birthday with
happy birthday.
with his
with
real
his family. There you go. Kcal News at 9 starts right now.
This is Kcal News Mornings.
Israel and Iran both accused of violating a ceasefire just a few hours old, and President Trump expresses frustration at trying to keep the fragile peace.
June is Soul Food Month, and to celebrate, we've got a taste of some Southern soul mixed with flavors from the Philippines with Chef Tiana G.
That's going to be a good time.
Yes.
And looking outsid, this is why we've been attacking fall this morning. But we're going to leave him alone now that we know it's his birthday week. Welcome back to Kcal News.
Oh, now it's a whole week?
I was about to say, he's going to hate us. I actually
whole
would push you
week?
to a month, but I feel like that would be a lot for you, Paul.
Yeah, he might only survive
you're not a
week.
birthday month kind of guy. You barely gave us 2 hours. But we appreciate you and we wish you a happy birthday.
It was mid-April.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
It was in mid-April.
No,
No,
it
why
wasn't.
not? It was yesterday.
Okay, I tried.
All right. Hope you're having a good morning watching Kcal News Mornings at 9. Today is Tuesday, June 24th. So if you're keeping score, Paul's birthday was June 23rd. I'm Jamie Yukas.
Oh, you know it's going on the calendar now.
Is there a story tomorrow about oversharing for someone else? Is that tomorrow's follow-up segment?
No, listen, we have Paul and Kcal with us. I do always say, I'm like, Paul comes to work, he does his work, and he goes home to his family.
Yeah.
It
As
keeps
he
life
should.
simple.
That's
There you
it.
go. Yeah.
The rest of us are in here with soap opera episodes.
We need the balance here, Paul, so thank
See
you for
that?
that.
I'm just
There you
trying to
go.
keep
You
the
are.
balance.
You're a good balance.
Well, yeah, I tried.
For us gabbers.
Sorry, something, Sheba?
No. Go ahead. I'm done.
All right, let's talk some weather. Mount Wilson, we are seeing the low cloud cover approach the cameras. It's getting pretty thick there in the mountains, and it has shown no signs of burning off just yet, so we stay cloudy for at least the next couple hours if we're still cloudy there. And here's the view from LAX looking toward downtown Los Angeles. If you squint or look really hard, you can see the buildings in downtown LA. It's not good visibility, but it's improving just a little bit. Corona, 63 degrees currently, LA 63, Malibu 63, all under the clouds. Santa Ana 66, the Antelope Valley, you're the warm spot because you've got the sunshine. Lancaster 77, Palmdale 74, Northridge, lots of sunshine today. Your average high is in the low 90s this time of year. Today you're going to be in the upper 70s and low 80s. 78 degrees with sunshine at 3 o'clock. The sun's coming out later today. It is certainly not out there right now. Valley's up to 82, Inland Empire 84. And Los Angeles today, afternoon sunshine, a high of 76. 7-day outlook coming up in a second. Right now, a look at the roads with Kalina. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Let's take you outside right now for a look at the 210 in Arcadia. Westbound traffic slowing down just slightly. It's not as bad as it usually is. We do, though, have some slowing here in the camera. It's a 36-minute ride from the 57 to Lake Avenue. The 10's a little bit better. You can get around some of that traffic by taking that. Also have this crash 210 west at the westbound 118. The left lane blocked off there. Just a slight backup as you approach. Overall view of LA, lots of red still heading into and out of downtown. That has not eased up at all. And this is a look at the 405 Sepulveda Pass. Southbound traffic coming toward the camera. That's about a 46-minute ride from Roscoe to Sunset. That 101 is also slowing down out of Tarzana, staying slow to about Studio City. 405 north, 105 to the 10. That'll take you 32 minutes to get through. And taking you out to Orange County, where it's still slow on the 405, the 5, the 57, and 55, but it's looking better than before. We're seeing more yellow and green versus that red. Here's a live look outside in Santa Ana this morning. Southbound traffic starting off out of Anaheim. It clears up once you get past Disneyland and slows down again when you hit the 22. That stretch will take you 23 minutes to get through. Ladies, back to you.
Kalina, thank you. A fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran seems to be holding this morning after both sides were accused by President Trump of violating it. The White House had announced the ceasefire yesterday after Iran fired missiles at U.S. air bases in Qatar and Iraq. Iran said it was in retaliation for the U.S. bombing 3 Iranian nuclear sites over the weekend. Israel approved the ceasefire but said Iran had fired a missile already. Israel then ordered a new attack on Tehran before heading to Europe for a NATO summit. The president said Israel may have jumped the gun.
But I'm not happy that Israel's going out now. There was one rocket that I guess was fired overboard. It was after the time limit, and it missed its target. And now Israel's going out. These guys got to calm down.
President Trump said he spoke to Israel's prime minister and said Israeli jets were turning back around and repeated that the ceasefire is still in effect.
Members of the largest Iranian population outside of Iran took to the streets of Westwood to voice their concerns over the conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah, some of them think this war could be the key to ending what they call Iran's oppressive regime. Kcal News reporter Amanda Starantino is live at the federal building in Westwood where the rally took place. Amanda?
Good morning. No protesters here this morning, but last night it was a different situation where protests started here as hundreds rallied outside the federal building in Westwood because of what was happening overseas. And it was shortly after that ceasefire agreement was made is when Iranian Americans here have been closely watching the violence overseas.
I do not want boots on the ground from the United States. I want our own armed forces, the Iranian armed forces, to actually go towards and actually protect our own people who they swore to protect our country and the people of Iran, not the regime that has been actually killing the people.
And people we spoke with say they do largely support the escalating conflict, as scary it has been, for what it could mean for the future. LA County's massive Iranian American population, estimated at about 14,000, has been especially paying attention to what has been happening in the Middle East. The mood at Monday's gathering was complicated. While many expressed fear and grief over the violence, they also saw the attacks on Iran as a possible step towards weakening the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and in their view, the regime that has ruled Iran for over 4 decades. Despite the emotional intensity, some of the crowd expressed hope that the ceasefire could still hold and that diplomacy might win out over continued bloodshed.
I believe peace and negotiation is much better. We never wish somebody to die. We hope everybody's peace and negotiation is the best way.
So this community knows war all too well, and while there is support for what is happening overseas, others are concerned that any sort of break in the peace could lead to more bloodshed. So for now, many Iranian Americans here in Los Angeles keeping an eye on what's happening overseas. In the meantime, National Guard still stationed outside here at the federal building, and right now they're just playing it day by day, hour by hour. Back to you guys.
All right, Amanda, thank you. The United States' strained relations and recurring conflict with Iran goes back decades.
So how have we gotten to this point, with attacks being traded and fears of a regional issue turning into a wider war? To give us some context on the history of U.S.-Iran relations, we are joined by historian and author John Gazvinian. Thank you so much for being with us, John.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, we wanted to have this conversation because we said so many people are seeing these headlines, and if they haven't been keeping up with the news for decades, they probably don't even understand the history of the relationship between the U.S. and Iran. They've been in conflict for decades, but there was one point in history, you got to go back a while, They were once close. Take us back to maybe the Islamic Revolution in 1979 and how that changed relations between the countries. But if you think there's a better starting point to explain how we got here, please start there.
Sure, of course. I mean, the history of the United States' relationship with Iran is very long and very rich, and